Look at poor you. Hi, darling. So here's little Beryl. She's been abandoned by the others. They've all gone off round the garden. And of course Beryl doesn't have much in the way of sight, so she can't go with them. She can't see where they've gone. She does have areas that she knows, like down to the swing seat here, because when we go down to the swing seat and sit down, that more often than not means we're going to give her some grapes. So she comes out the run and wanders down there. I sometimes lift her and take her to where the other girls are, and she has a little sort of stand around and peck around with them there. But yeah, it is a shame. She is a little bit abandoned by them at times. So I've got to make sure that I keep an eye on her. Isn't that right, Beryl? Come here. Come on, darling. That's you. Oh, who's this? This little Ems. Hello, Ems. Let's see if I can settle her down into the dust bathing facilities. Come here. Come on, darling. Come on, baby. There we go. That's you. Have a little dig. That's it. Not that way. That way. That's you. No. Come here. Oh, Beryl. Here she is. Here she is. Hey, darling. How you doing? Hey, you okay? Here she is. Here she is. You know, having a pussycat on your lap and stroking a pussycat is very relaxing and therapeutic, and exactly the same applies to stroking a chicken. Isn't that right? They're not always as enthusiastic about it, but Beryl here doesn't seem to mind most of the time. What are you hearing? And it gives me a good chance to have a little feel around her and make sure that everything is okay and she doesn't have a swollen tummy and her crop's got food in it and she's not wheezing, and yeah, she seems fine. It's just a shame that she's more or less blind. It's, you know, she doesn't deserve it. She gets on with life though. Unfortunately, the two girls top of the pecking order, Edith and Matilda, do have a peck at her now and again, and she can't see it coming, so she sort of then runs blindly through the run to her little, there's a couple of little places that she uses as her own little places and she feels safe there, so she'll tear over towards them. It's a bit heartbreaking, but she's not been damaged. It's normally just a little peck, but she doesn't know there's nothing else coming, so she tends to run. So I'm still thinking that maybe at one point I'll create a new run for Beryl, maybe a couple of other small, maybe bantams or something that I wouldn't let out in the garden anyway, and just let the three of them live together. I don't think we're at that stage yet though, but we just keep an eye. And she's enjoying herself. She is enjoying herself, there's no doubt about that. She's getting plenty of food. Her crop's nice and full. And she has got her pal Hamble, who she hangs out with when Hamble isn't away, hanging out with the other girls. Hey darling. But she is just such a lovely girl. Such a lovely girl, aren't you? Hey, I just wish you weren't blind, darling. I love having a cuddle though. Hey. Hey darling. Will we pop you down? I don't really want to, I'm quite happy having a cuddle, but I think they probably want down. There you go, darling. Darling, come here then. Oh, hang on. Here you go. Here you go. Hang on a minute. You lot go away. Here, look. There, you go away. There. Come on, Beryl. Here. You get that. That's the darling. So we've got quite a lot of molting happening, and if you have a look at Matilda here, you'll see that molting can make them look a little bit moth-eaten. And you can see some feathers just hanging off her bloomers there. And all molting is them changing their feathers, because your feathers go through a lot day to day. They are protecting the chickens from the weather. They're keeping them warm. They're their coats, if you like, and they do eventually get a bit tatty. So once a year you will find that they will change their feathers, so that's called molting. Their feathers will drop out and new feathers will come in. But that can actually take it out of the chickens, because there's a lot of protein needed to actually grow and produce the new feathers. So and you know, I tend to give them extra protein foods, and I will give them some extra nutrients via yeast flakes, which has got vitamin B. That is good for them as well, when they're molting. So I'm very aware that when the birds are molting, I do make sure that they get nice, additional things in addition to their layers pellets. So to add protein, I'll sometimes give them sardines, sunflower seeds as well, and that helps. And also some scrambled eggs. So I'll scramble their own eggs just without milk, and they'll have a little chomp on that. Oh. So Matilda had something nice there. She was trying to keep away from Edith. So yeah, Matilda here's showing particularly what molting looks like. Actually, Jemima is quite moth-eaten looking as well, so let's see if we can find her. Here we have her. Oh, she's beating a hasty retreat. Oh, that's Jemima just gone into the other run. It's alright, I'm just wanting to photograph you, darling. So she's a bit moth-eaten as well. And there's feathers up here all around the run. and in the coop, which I scoop up at regular intervals during the day, but they drop more and more. As you can see there, Beryl does know the location of the food stations, so which I don't move. I always make sure I feed in the same places, so she knows where to get food, and similarly with water. And that's Beryl's little safe spot. She loves sitting on the edge of the dust bath, or sometimes in the dust bath. So Edith is still out and about and is sounding the alarm. What have you found, Edith? Eh? What is it? She loves being out. Oh, and while I'm here, the bees are enjoying the fairly good weather at the moment. It's been windy and rainy for the past few days, and it's calm and dry, albeit a little bit dull today, so they're out and about, which is great to see. Emily may be the bottom of the pecking order, but she's certainly not daft. She knows that if she jumps up on this little table here, she gets easier access to the treats. So she's just having a couple of grapes there. And Beryl, although she's had some, is very keen, and she's just come back out of the run herself, down to the swing seat to see if she can have some more. There we go.
Come closer, dance for